What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here in the Kanto Cup, and in today's video we are featuring some battles from GB Lag City running a very interesting team of Rapidash, Snorlax, and then Mr. Mime in the back. So I already know what you all are thinking, should you build a Mr. Mime for Great League? And well, we can watch this video and you can decide for yourself, but in my opinion, absolutely not. There are way better confusion users out there, Hypno being one, where if you don't already have a Hypno built, it's definitely worth building one for this Kanto Cup because it has a lot of mileage in Open Great League as well. But these are just some fun battles. Running Mr. Mime here, it does have access to Psychic and Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball does give it some nice coverage against opposing Psychic types and the Ghost types, but let's jump right into these battles here. Rapidash into Venusaur is a very favorable lead, and this Rapidash is running Incinerate. That looks like a Razor Leaf Venusaur as well. Out comes an Alolan Golem. This is where the coverage moves that Rapidash has are really nice because you're able to hit for super effective against these rock types with Drill Run. Drill Run would essentially one-shot this Alolan Golem here, being double super effective because of that electric and rock typing. So gonna throw one Drill Run here and actually gets the second shield. Gonna switch into the Snorlax here. Really only needs to get to a superpower to take out this Alolan Golem at this health range. They go for Rock Blast, so going to overfarm a little bit more and then throw in the middle of the Volt Switch animation. The superpower is definitely gonna knock out this Alolan Golem. Out comes the Venusaur again, and you can see these Razor Leafs are really chunking. This is not a Vine Whip Venusaur here. Gonna throw the Body Slam. This Venusaur is probably very close to a Frenzy play. So actually gonna bring out the Mr. Mime and knock it out with one confusion. There is an Alolan Marowak in the back and shields are down. So this Shadow Ball from Mr. Mime is gonna hit for a lot of damage. Mr. Mime is incredibly glassy. Super squishy, but able to output a lot of damage. It just takes a little bit of time to get to those charge moves there. This is an absolutely terrible lead, so going to use the Snorlax safe swap here. The Blastoise is staying in. Now Snorlax can tank one of these Hydro Cannons, no problem. Out comes Electrode. Gonna throw the Body Slam right before the Electrode gets to a move. It takes 3 Volt Switches for them to get to either Discharge or Foul Play. And going to just let this go. There's still a Blastoise that we're going to have to handle, which is going to be kind of tough. So definitely needs to commit a shield on this Rapidash because the fast move pressure from both of these Pokemon would just be too much for the Mr. Mime. Has back-to-back Drill Runs stored, which is really nice. Going to throw a Drill Run on this Blastoise. This will do a decent amount of chip damage. Blastoise is fairly tanky in the Great League though. Out comes Charizard. It's a Fire Spin Charizard. These confusions are really chunking this Charizard, but the Fire Spins are also doing a lot of damage to Mr. Mime. Shields up the Blast Burn. Dragon Claw would be double resisted because of Mr. Mime's Fairy subtyping. It's Fairy Psychic. And now going to, okay, so this is just a Dragon Claw, which will not knock out the Mr. Mime, but actually stops tapping intentionally so the Rapidash can get some extra farm here to be able to get to this Drill Run, and Rapidash would win CMP against the Blastoise, so able to come back from that pretty tough lead there. Very nice. The confusion damage from Mr. Mime absolutely chunks a lot of things. Alright, Shadow Dragonite in the lead, once again, not super great. Snorlax is going to CMP tie with the Dragonite here on this Dragon Claw. Dragonite will always win the CMP tie, but both Lick and Dragon Breath are generating the same energy, and Body Slam and Dragon Claw are the same energy cost. But this is not great because the Dragonite farms all the way down. This is where Mr. Mime is pretty nice though. It's going to double resist this, this Dragon type damage. So gonna no shield, let this Dragon Claw go through. Does a little bit of chip damage, and then out comes the Ninetails, able to swap into the Rapidash, get an Incinerate through, and catch the Weather Ball. Really nice. That Weather Ball still chunks though. This Shadow Ninetails is outputting a lot of damage. So you pretty much have to shield this in order to be able to get rid of this Ninetails. We still don't know what's in the back. We know the Dragonite still has a decent amount of health. Probably the Dragonite comes out here. Oh my gosh, it's a Golduck. So gonna throw this Drill Run. Most likely burns the last shield here. And then swap into the Mime. Oh, had a move stored, but did not click it. I'm pretty sure Mr. Mime would have won CMP. And gets Bubble Beamed. That is not great. That is not great. So now the attack is dropped. The opponent makes a really nice play. Barely survives on the Dragonite. Farms the Mr. Mime all the way down. And then has a move for Rapidash. Very unfortunate. If that Mr. Mime would have thrown the move right away instead of getting hit by the Bubble Beam, there would have been way more play in this game for sure. But good game. Alright, Rapidash and a Wigglytuff. Pretty favorable lead. But how ridiculous is it that in the 2-shield, these Charmers can just charm their way through some of these glassy or fire types. Charm is ridiculously strong, and especially when extra charms sneak through, it's just very obnoxious to try to deal with. But this person actually just lets their Wigglytuff go. Out comes Haunter. These Incinerates are chunking this Haunter, and Snorlax is going to be able to shut this down. It's a Beedrill in the back. This is where the Fairy subtyping in Mr. Mime really does not help it out at all, because these Poison Jabs are hitting for super effective. The X-Scissors would be hitting for neutral. But you can see these Confusions are really chunking down this B. And actually going to just no-bubble this. That Haunter survived with like a sliver of health. And then you're going to get a simultaneous knockout with the Confusion. Nice. Rapidash into Alolan Ninetails. This is a very nice lead. Burning up that ice typing on the Alolan Ninetails. Just going to go straight for the Flame Charge here. If I remember correctly, Flame Charge is 50 energy cost. Drill Run is 45. So you can actually store both of these moves. You can store 2 of each of these moves, which is really, really nice. So able to win the lead and come out of it with energy. And this is a boosted Rapidash. A Victory Bell. So actually going to go for a Drill Run here, recognizing that you have 2 Drill Runs stored back to back. And in the back is an Articuno. So going to bring out the Mr. Mime and then go for a nice flex catch on this Icy Wind here. Definitely unnecessary, but very nice for the flex. Articuno is winning CMP here. And going to be able to get to this body slam, but this game is for sure over. That team was triple weak to Rapidash. Mr. Mime did nothing in this game except for throw 2 Confusions. MVP award for sure goes to Mr. Mime. Good game. Ooh, shiny Snorlax looks so cool. Rapidash into Snorlax. This is not super great for the Rapidash. At least on this first move, you get outpaced to the body slam. I'm gonna mirror with the own Snorlax here. Probably a superpower. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. This is really, really rough. Because Blastoise has solid play against this Rapidash as well. Rapidash does have a move stored, but Mr. Mime cannot handle hardly any fast move pressure unless it's resisted damage from like Dragon Breath or something. Barely not able to get to that body slam. That's actually really terrible. So actually going to bring out the Rapidash here to force the CMP tie. Gets a shield. And at this point, there's almost no way you could incinerate down before the water gun damage takes you out. So just going to let it go. Confusion down. And what is in the back? It's a Hex AWAC. That is not good. The ghost type damage does hit for super effective. But there's just no way. There's pretty much a full health Snorlax that you have to deal with as well. And the lick damage from Snorlax hits for super effective. And it's just way too bulky. Took out the Mr. Mime though. Or took out the Alolan Marowak though, which is nice. But that lick damage was very oppressive. Good game. Tough lead because the fire damage is resisted and Aqua Tail would hit for super effective. Very similar to Dragonite, this Dragonair is going to get to the Aqua Tail at the same pace that the Snorlax gets to the Body Slam. And Dragonair will win the CMP tie every single time. So tried to go for the superpower here, but the opponent actually threw the Aqua Tail right away. That's fine. Just going to let the Snorlax go down. Once again, Mr. Mime is going to resist this Dragon-type fast move damage pretty nicely. I mean, it is double resisted, but it's still chunking over time. So going to shield this and then try to get a complete confusion down on this Dragonair. Able to do it. That's great. Out comes Gengar. This Psychic would easily one-shot the Gengar because of that poison subtyping. Gets a shield. And these confusions are chunking, but gets farmed down. And then the game just totally lagged, and the opponent was not able to get their energy off, or they were trying to switch and I don't know what happened there, but that definitely would have burned the last shield on this Rapidash, and now this Rapidash is able to take out a Dragonite, which is not something you see every day. Oh my gosh, that was very unfortunate lag for the opponent. Very unfortunate lag for the opponent there. Rapidash mirror match. The opponent's Rapidash is running Fire Spin though, so this Rapidash running Incinerate does have faster energy generation. Incinerate is essentially just a strict upgrade from Fire Spin. The only downside obviously is that it is a 5-turn move, so it is a little bit clunkier to use, but the damage output and the energy generation is just a strict upgrade from Fire Spin. So you can see, able to get to that drill run before the opposing Rapidash gets there. Then going to commit Bull Shields in this opening. Really wants to get rid of this Rapidash. The opponent catches a drill run on the Gyarados. What is the fast move on? Well, it's Waterfall because the Rapidash just went bye-bye. Gonna bring out the Snorlax. If this was a Dragon Breath Gyarados, Mr. Mime would actually be a pretty nice response to this. These waterfalls are absolutely chunking. Can't farm the Gyarados all the way down, but gonna have some stored energy here. Oh man, it's a Charm Ninetails in the back. There's just no way. The charm damage is gonna be too much. That Rapidash is very close to a move as well. And Mr. Mime is just a little bit too slow to get to these charge moves. Oh man. If Mr. Mime had a cheaper charge move, I wonder what charge move they could give it that would make, like Psyshock or something, potentially would give it a little bit more play, because when you're that glassy, you need some cheaper energy cost moves to actually have some damage output there. But gonna throw this Flame Charge against this Dugong. The fire type damage is hitting for neutral because of the water and ice typing, and the ice type damage is hitting for resisted. Correctly shields up the water pulse. That's pretty great. Most of the time, Dugongs in this matchup bait with the Icy Wind because it drops your attack. Able to sneak an entire Incinerate through. That's pretty huge. That's the Icy Wind right there. So actually going to overfarm a little bit. Nice play. Has back-to-back Flame Charges stored. So going to ramp up the attack once again. So this Rapidash is single boosted. Out comes the Hypno. Just going to go for this Flame Charge here. That does so much damage, and then going to snipe it down with a Snorlax, and the opponent does not want any of that, so they concede the match. Good game. Another Dugong lead. So if this is a CMP tie on this Flame Charge, it's for sure an Icy Wind, because it's 15 turns for the first Flame Charge, and then it's 15 turns for the first Icy Wind. And it was, in fact, a CMP tie, so you can easily no-shield this, recognizing that it is an Icy Wind and that it's resisted damage. And then able to outpace to the second charge move is pretty nice. This is just another Icy Wind. So gonna no-shield it, and it's actually just enough to take out the Rapidash. Oh man, not able to farm down this Dugong before it gets to a move. That sucks. That really sucks. Out comes Hypno. This is where Shadow Ball is pretty nice, and since the Mr. Mime is debuffed, the Hypno probably is not going to shield. Goes through, does really nice chip damage. Then going to bring the Snorlax out to get a jump start on energy. This Hypno is energy dry now, it's just a punch. The opponent has their own Snorlax in the back. So actually just going to go straight for the superpower here, because if one of these superpowers lands, you can pretty much just go straight Body Slam and put it in confusion down range for the Mr. Mime. The opponent also goes for the superpower, so since their defense has been debuffed, this provides really nice farm down for the Mr. Mime. Shield once, farm all the way down. The Hypno is 3 confusions away from another Thunder Punch. So barely able to confusion down this Hypno before it gets to another move. Good game. Ooh, Clefable in the lead. Another one of these Charmers where, like, even though you have the fire type resistance, look at this charm damage! Oh my gosh, man, look at this charm damage. They no shield the first flame charge, which is a pretty smart play because they're going to be able to get to this charge move. So it is going to burn a shield from the Rapidash, but Rapidash is boosted, has energy stored. And then out comes the Snorlax, actually going to go for a drill run here. Does have back-to-back drill runs stored. Gonna throw a drill run and then mirror with their own Snorlax, alright. And the opponent is just going for a body slam, so nice no shield. Farming, farming, farming. When you rip off superpowers like this, it's kind of nice to have back-to-back stored because you do drop your attack and your defense. So just guaranteeing that it'll do as much damage as possible. So actually, the opponent shields the first superpower, which is not great. Gonna throw the second one, does a little bit of chip damage there. There is a drill run stored on this Rapidash still, and most likely it's gonna win CMP against whatever's in the back. Was gonna go for a farm down with the Mr. Mime, but they actually preserved the Snorlax there. Really nice play. Lapras is so bulky, so Mr. Mime is gonna go for this Psychic. Is this enough to knock out the Lapras? No, it is not, but brings in the Rapidash to try to incinerate down. The Lapras is going to get to a move, but this allows the Mr. Mime to farm this down even more. Snorlax is going to come out once again. And just barely able to get to this Psychic. It looked like the Snorlax might have lagged a little bit there, or it's just visual lag, but it would have been a CMP tie, assuming that they were out of energy. It would have taken 12 turns, which is the same amount as 3 confusions there. Good game. Oh my gosh, Mew in the lead is actually really rough. Because most likely they're running Surf. Rapidash gets an entire Incinerate through, which is very nice in this matchup. Just gonna go for the Flame Charges here to boost up the attack. And the Mew actually lets the Rapidash get to another Flame Charge before throwing another Surf. And another Incinerate goes through. But just gonna let the Rapidash go down. This is pretty nice farm for the Snorlax if they do stay in the whole time. Just a Surf. Yikes. Wigglytuff in the back. Yeah, this is really not good. Because the charm damage is gonna be doing so much to the Mr. Mime. So throws double superpower. And then this should put it in farm down range for the Mr. Mime. Able to confusion it down before the Wigglytuff gets to move. That's really good. Out comes the Mew once again. The Shadow Claws are really chunking because of that Psychic typing on Mr. Mime. Has to shield the Surf. What is in the back? Oh no, it's a Lapras again. And we know that Lapras survives a Psychic no problem. No defense drop either. Mr. Mime is not going to be able to get to another move. And Snorlax is energy dry. So the opponent definitely has this one. Tough battle. Good game. Rapidash into Alolan Ninetails. Another really favorable lead. Out comes Alolan Marowak. Now this is actually a closer matchup than you would think for Snorlax, just because even though the fast move damage is hitting for super effective, all of the charge move damage from Snorlax is like double resisted here, which is really bad. So you can see the Alolan Marowak is easily keeping pace with the Snorlax here. Gonna throw a Body Slam and then throw another Body Slam. Looks like no Fire Spin went through. This Bone Club will not be enough to knock out the Snorlax, but it's probably gonna put it in farm down range. It's gonna be very close, and it's actually a simultaneous KO. So now you have to make a guess on what they're gonna bring in. We already saw that Alolan Ninetails. It's another Charmer in the back. ABA Charm Team Comp. So gonna throw a Flame Charge on the Clefable to actually shield that first move. Then able to get to another Flame Charge. Man, they're gonna double shield this. Okay, they actually throw. You kind of have to shield this up just to get this fast move pressure off. Not able to get to another move, but that puts it in farm down range for the Mr. Mime. Oh, it's a Powder Snow. It's a Powder Snow Alolan Ninetails. Alright. Shield up the Weather Ball. Is this Psychic enough? We know that Lapras survived a Psychic from around this health range. Oh my gosh, enough to take out the Ninetails. Very nice. Mr. Mime clutching it up in the end there. That is a very favorable lead. They are running Vine Whip. So gonna shield up this first move. The Sludge Bomb would do a lot of damage, but they actually bait with Power Whip. Which, if I remember correctly, isn't Power Whip and Sludge Bomb the same energy cost? Maybe they're just flexing, or maybe I have my energy costs incorrect. There's the Sludge Bomb. Gonna be able to farm down the Ivysaur, win the lead, and have a boosted Rapidash. That is a Bite Alolan Raticate. Gonna throw a Flame Charge here. Gets a shield. This is a double boosted Flame Charge. How much does this do to the Raticate? Oh my gosh, and Raticate is so bulky. And then insta swap to Snorlax to get a jump start on energy. In the back is a Clefable. And Snorlax is actually going to be able to handle this Clefable all by itself. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Mr. Mime is very interesting. It's extremely glassy. And so if you're like wondering whether or not you should... What the? There's another battle. Okay, there's another battle here. Hold on. There's another battle. Okay, out comes Electrode. Just gonna go straight for the drill run here. There's only like 20 seconds left. Gets one-shotted. Okay, out comes the Alolan Muck. Gonna be able to get another drill run off here. And then there's still an Alolan Ninetails in the lead. The opponent concedes the match at that point. Alright, Rapidash absolutely went off. Well, once again, thank you everyone for watching. Mr. Mime is interesting. Maybe save your dust. It's very glassy, but it is a fun pick. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.